Okay, today we want to take you on a tour for every of our DOC Gardens estate. You know, people don't really understand when we say we are DOC Gardens. They don't really know what we mean by that. And there will be at times some people will begin to call it Dock Gardens. No, it is not Dock Garden. DOC Gardens simply means Destination of Choice Gardens. Now that is why I want to take you on a memory lane, or let me say on a tour around our estate in a jiffy, for you to be able to understand. When we say that we are DOC, we are Destination of Choice, you should understand what we mean by that. I tell people as a person, I wouldn't want to take a client for site inspection, and the time when we be going, the site will not be asking me, what have I done to you? You see, because I said I need land. So because of that, we will make sure that whenever we want to acquire any property, it must be in a choice area. It must be in a place where you will spend your money and you'll be happy that yes, you have actually spent your money. It will be in a place where when you have invested your money, you watch your money grow with us in our DOC Gardens. So that is what we represent. And that's why there's nobody who have ever bought property in any of our estates that is not happy that he or she have invested wisely. So that is what we do. So quickly, I will want to take you on this tour from one of the estate to the other for you to understand why we say we are DOC Gardens. The first location of which I want to talk about right now, it is Oghenayor. Oghenayor is one of the DOC Gardens we have. Of course, you need to understand that wherever our estate is, it is DOC Gardens, Destination of Choice. And if it is not Destination of Choice, we don't acquire such properties. So that is that. So every of our estate does not have different names. They have only one name, which is DOC Gardens. That is Destination of Choice Garden. Now, this is the first one I want to talk about. It is one of the newest estates of which we have. Of course, it has been on since last year, and it's one of the places today that we have one of the highest subscribers as far as our estate is concerned. That is Oghenayor in Giri Layout in Abuja. Abuja is one of the places today that you can say that is fast growing when it comes to property acquisition. When it comes to real estate business today, before I do tell people there are 3 major cities in Nigeria that you can invest your money and you watch your money grow within a short period of time and you'll be happy. One of the first location, or one of the first city, is Lagos State. Then the second city is Abuja, and while the third city is in Port Harcourt. That's what I've been telling people before now. Then last year, of course, we finally broke into Abuja, and I can tell you today that the estate we have there at that Oghenayor in Giri Layout, it's a place that when you see, of course, just like as I'm showing you right now, as you can see that is being displayed, you see the location, you see what we are talking about, you see that it is in the heart of development. It is a place of which you need to understand that by the time of which you buy property in this location, you can never regret it. People that knows Abuja very well should ask questions about Abuja property. It grows like wildfire. If you have one now, within a twinkle of an eye, you will be counting your money. And that's why I can encourage you that you make yourself, available for this investment. Make sure that you will have this investment as part of in your portfolio this year as one of the wisest investment you want to do this year. That is acquiring properties with us in our DOC Gardens at Abuja in Oghenayor Giri Layout 1. Of course, the official price of that place is 7 million naira per plot. We don't want to be calling too much prices, but of course, if you know that area and know what properties in Abuja is all about, you understand that that price is a mouth-watering price. But of course, even not at that, we still have, a promo price, which I will want you to watch out for. Because from time to time, we come up with promo to enable people to buy more. Even if you have already bought, you need to buy another one. That is for that. The next location of which I want to talk about this morning is Asaba, Ogwashiku. Asaba in Ogwashi. That location, we have done a location in that place already. It is opposite, the place is located at opposite Delta State Polytechnic. Opposite Delta State Polytechnic, Ogwashiku. The thing we did that location in that place, some of the people that bought from us, the client that bought from us, I have one particular client among them that took fly from Lagos to Asaba to come and see that particular location. He said why he came by himself was to come and see first if it is exactly where we said the property is. That's where it is because according to him, that some of the company today, their property will be here, and they will tell you their property is in this is where it is, and when you get there, you find it difficult to be able to locate the property, and it's in outskirts. But he never knew that what we said was what exactly where it is, and from there he started calling some of his colleagues to come and buy property, and that is what we talk about. That's why we say we are destination of choice. It's a place that when you say this is where our property is, that is where it is. And how much is the price of that place? It is 8 million naira per plot. 8 million naira per plot. Of course, like as I said, there is room for discount. There is room for you to be able to get it at a discounted price. All you just need to do is to call out for us, and we will give you the discounted price that of which you need to buy. That is if you want to buy and you want to buy more. So we can help you to achieve your dreamland and also your dream house. That place right now, if you build and hosted in that place, I bet you students will use leg from there to trek down to school, even without looking for bike or without looking for keke, because it's just directly opposite that is the Delta State Polytechnic of Washibu. That is the school there. So that is a property. It's in a choice area that people will love to invest their money, and they will watch their money grow over time. So that is for that. Then of course the next location of where I want to talk about also, it is Umueri. Umueri is in Anambra State. That's where you have the Anambra Airport, cargo airport. That our estate is behind the airport. And that place is one of the places that you can see. That's why I took people that our lands are not where you think that development is far from. No, they are not where you think development is far from at all. They are in the heart of development. So that of Umueri, it is one of the locations we have also done an location. We have given lands to people that have actually bought from us, of which if you buy today, we are giving you a location today. The only way you can buy a land from us, we do not give you a location immediately. It's only when you buy from a place where we have not yet done a location. That is when that happens. But in the location where we have allocated, if you buy now, you get allocated immediately. So that is how we do it. So Umueri is one of the places for which you can invest your money, and you watch your money grow over time. So that is, like I said, it is behind the airport. You can imagine what that means. So that is that. Then the next location of which I need to talk about is Inteje. Inteje is also in Anambra State. For those of us that are familiar with that axis and also from the east, Inteje is in Anambra State, and is actually at the front of the airport. The Anambra Cargo Airport, it shares boundary between Umueri and Inteje. Of course, it is mainly domiciled in Umueri, but it is shared boundary with Inteje. And this very one is at the front of the estate. At the front of the airport. That is, if you are coming in from Amasi, from Amasi, that's the major express that leads to Oka. Of course, if you follow through that road that leads to airport, that is the major road. The major gate that leads to airport, you discover that by the time before you get to airport gate, that is where the land is by the right hand side. So that is the location that we have there. And how much is the price? Just 8 million naira per plot, of which, like as I said, there is room for discount as long as you want to enjoy your investment and make sure that your investment counts for you, because one of the things that can save your tomorrow is investment. And I can tell you that the investment into landed properties or into real estate is one of the highest guaranteed investment. Why? Because real estate is one of the vehicles that can guarantee, or that is being used for wealth creation, and not just wealth creation, wealth retention, and not just wealth retention, it's also used for wealth transfer. So that is to say, it is one of the investment you can do to create wealth for yourself and for your family. It helps you to retain wealth, and also helps you to transfer wealth. That will not permit us to go into all of that, but that will be a lecture for another day. So that is for that Inteje. Then the next place of which we have also is also in Anambra, which is called Oka. Oka, the price is 18.5 million. Like as majority of us are very much aware, especially those of us that come from the east or from Anambra precisely, you will understand that Awka is already saturated. That is why people today that works in the heart of the capital of Anambra, which is Awka, or they try to live, that is people that work very close to Awka, they try to live within the neighborhood of Awka because Awka is already saturated. And of course, you agree with me, to get a plot of land in Awka today, you are going to pay heavily because the place is already saturated. That is why the neighboring villages around Awka, they are the ones now that people buy more properties from. That's why this Awka capital is, at the heart, where you have a lot of neighboring villages that are connected to it. Then that is where we also have this Ntoko Awka. Ntoko Awka is located where you have that's the slaughterhouse. That's the slaughterhouse. That is Gariki, where they sell cows and the rams and the goats. That is, if you enter from, when you are coming from Aroma Junction, like you enter through the Enugu Old Road, the road that leads to Oji River. Then after that is the amusement park or international conference center that is built by Willie Obiano, that is former governor of Anambra State. You walk down or you go down, you get to that junction when you have that place where they sell car. And from there, as we speak right now, the current governor of Anambra State, who happened to be that is Professor Soludo, he has constructed a road from that particular junction down to Fuma. It's already tarred. The road is tarred, and that road passed through that Ntoko. And as God may have it, the road passed through the front of our estate as well. So our estate is actually along that tarred road done by the present governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo Chukwuma. So that is that. And I said, like I said, the price is 18.5 million. There is still room for discount. So that is the property we have there. Then you now fast forward to Enugu, because we have the covered. Enugu State, we have properties in two places. We have Oghenayor. Oghenayor is 7 million naira per plot. It is one of the places, of course. I tell people that today, when it comes to Enugu State investment, for those of us that are familiar with that axis, you discover that investment today, or landed property investment, has gone towards, have shifted towards that axis. That is Nike axis. That is along the roads. That is the expressway that leads to Nsukka. That is where properties are appreciating very fast now. The reason is because of the massive development that is happening in that axis. Of course, that is where you have Elim Precious Estate, Enugu Network Estate. That is where you have the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing Estate. These are they build properties, they are selling. And of course, when you go further a little bit, that's where you have the owner of Christmas Transportation. He's building a mega university in that place right now. I'm telling you, if you enter that axis, you would love to invest your money. So that is where people are going right now. According to Dangote, the richest man in Africa, he said when it comes to property investment, when you hear where rich people are going, go there and wait for them. Because if they get there before you, will not have a space. But when you go there and wait for them, if they get there and meet you there, they will make you rich. That is one thing about property investment. That is one thing about property investment. That's why there's no land money you invested into land, for those of us that are already aware of it already, that you can regret. Except if you did not invest it into the right place. Because even when it's called landed property, when it's called property, there are still places we invest into, it does not appreciate. But be rest assured that with our DOC gardens, it's a place that is fast appreciated. So that is for that one. Per plot of that place, like I said, is 7 million naira. And of course, you need to make it while the sun shines. Then of course, the same Nike we have Abogazinike. In Abogazinike, that place, for you to, before our land is Kanu Wako Estate. We have different estates in that axis. The Kanu Wako also is having an estate in that place. You can imagine when Kanu Wako is so it's not into real estate. What does that tell you? It tells you that this is a business that any man can do, that can lift a man from the ground and take him and place him, in the highest echelon of life, as far as investment is concerned. And as I told us that it is one of the safest investment anybody can go into, because it helps you to create wealth, it helps you to retain wealth, and it helps you to transfer wealth when it comes to landed property investment. That is for Enugu. Then what about Imo State? We also got you covered. We have a property, a location, and estate at Oghenayor. At Oghenayor. Where our land is at Oghenayor is before Oghenayor town, by the right hand side. That is where you have the road safety, the road safety office before Oghenayor town. And currently, as we speak right now, federal government is there through FHA. They want to build about 500 units of houses, 500 units of max houses, and we are sharing boundary with them. If you are in our land, you are looking at Onitsha Expressway, Onitsha Owerri Expressway like this. That is where we are. That's why we say we are destination of choice. We don't just acquire land or just buy land because we want to buy. We acquire land or buy land because it is something that whenever you see as an investor, you would like to invest your money. And that's why we are calling upon you today that look, we got something for every one of us. This is 2026. When you are considering buying a property, just know that we are there for you. Ebosede Gardens, a subsidiary of Sentinel Holdings, LLC. Then you will understand that we are there to get you covered, for you to enjoy your money and enjoy your investment. You need to understand that yes, it is good to invest money. Are you there? Your hands have been bought or your fingers have been bought before as a result of a property you bought, as a result of trusting somebody for a property? No, you don't need to look back. You need to look forward, because the past is past. Your past cannot hold you down. It is your future that can hold you down. So, but all you need to do is to ensure that you overlook the past and move forward to make sure that, because your future is bright. And as long as you believe that your future is bright, you don't allow your past to hold you down and for you to move forward in life. So that is why we are inviting you today to come, that we have something for you to be able to do business with us. Now fast forward down to Lagos and Ogun State. We also get you covered, because like as I said earlier, there are 3 major cities in Nigeria you can invest your money when it comes to landed property, and you will be happy that you did. And those of us that have done it already, they are testifying today. And I mentioned, I said the first city is Lagos State. In Lagos State today, we have properties in different places. The first one I will talk about is Oghenayor Aja. Oghenayor Aja. That's one of the property that is in a prime location. Prime location. Mark that word. It is in a prime location. And that property is in, why do I say it's in a prime location? Because it has at Oghenayor by Monastery Road. By Monastery Road. It's a popular place, and that is where you have the biggest ShopRite. The biggest ShopRite in Nigeria. It is situated at that place. And our land is behind the ShopRite. You can imagine what that means. It's behind the ShopRite. If you get to that environment and come and see the massive constructions and structure that people are putting in place, different estates are working, different individuals are working. The place is a massive, is receiving massive development and attention. And that's why I'm inviting you to come and invest in such a place. And how much is the land in that place? 500 square meter is 75 million naira per plot. 75 million naira per plot. But I bet you, before the end of this year, that property will not be less than 100 million. Yes, mark it. Go and put today's date. Today is 20th. Go and mark today's date down. Before the end of this year, by the time we are done with what we want to do there right now, because we're about to go into fencing the place and also putting the gatehouse and all of that. By the time we are done what we want to do there, and the way we want to design the place, you will understand that if you have a property in that place, you will actually be happy and you will actually be glad that yes, you made the right decision this year in investing in our Ebosede Gardens at Oghenayor Aja. Because that place is a place that if you get there, it's only when you don't have the money that you don't want to invest. It's only when you don't have the money that you don't want to invest. That is the place, and it is wonderfully in a good place and with a good title document. It has C of O, certificate of occupancy, but it seems that it has registered court judgment with city certificate, registered judgment. You know what that means? Go and ask a lawyer that when they say the judgment is registered, what does it mean? it means there is no going and there's no more contention on it, there's no anything. And of course, like as I said, it has seal of O. But just like as I've always said, there is room for discount. So you come and talk to us, then you will know that the discount that we have for you, and that discount is available. It will shock you to understand that when you come, what we say, we are destination of choice. Destination of choice, we are destination of choice by price, we are destination of choice through location where our properties are and whatever that is happening around our property. That is for that. Then also we have also in Ireland, Oghenayor. Oghenayor is after Shogotedo. After Shogotedo, of course, you move forward, you get to that is a UBA bus stop. That's by Oghenayor. Oghenayor is where you have the Koschari's company, Koschari's head office company. After Oghenayor, you move further, of course, you are now going towards Oghenayor. That's where you have Oghenayor. Our land is exactly at Eleseko. That's where you have area level police station along the road. So our land is almost sharing boundary with the land. Oh, that place is, we have the likes of Danjuma, that is General Danjuma, is in that place. We have the likes of Adenuga, the owner of Globacom, is in that place. You can imagine the area where our properties are. You can imagine what it means. So that is it. So Oghenayor is one of the prime locations and one of the choice areas of which you would like to invest your money. So that is that. And how much is per plot in that place? It is 20.5 million. 20.5 million. And like as I said, there is room for this. In fact, if you are going there without permission, you will not allow you to go get there because it is police that is guiding that area. Police is guarding that. Whenever you are going towards that area to our side, they will stop you on the road and ask you, where are you going? That is how secure that environment is. So that is for Oghenayor. Then what about Festac? We have Festac, end of 6th Avenue. End of 6th Avenue. So that place is, and if I don't know to talk about that place too much because the place is a place that is selling itself. We have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1, as I speak with you right now, it is fully sold out. Phase 2 is what we are selling. Phase 3 is also what we are selling. These two phases, phase 2 and phase 3, is almost sold out. So you need to come forward. Phase 1 and phase 2 is 29 million naira per plot. Phase 3 is 25.5 million naira per plot. So you come forward and let us do business. And of course, we have Whiskey Palms Badagry. Whiskey Palms Badagry after Whiskey Palms Resort. That's where we have that land. Our plot is 6.5 million naira. Then we have Mowo Badagry in Lagos here also. In Lagos State here also, it is 5.5 million naira. We have Mowe of Fada and Ebosede at Ofada, and that is at Ibadan Expressway. It is 5.5 million naira. We have Ikorodu also in Lagos State. It's also 5.5 million naira. What are you waiting for? What about Shimawa also in Ibadan Expressway? After Redeem Camp, Camp, the new auditorium, that's where we have that property. It is 9 million naira per plot. So by there, you need to come and know what we have on ground. You need to come and do the right investment this year that we have you covered. And as I said, let me come and discuss with you today and take you on a tour around our estate, Ebosede Gardens, properties, for you to know where we have our properties and know how wonderful they are in choice locations, so that you know that you need to invest your money. So that is what I say, let me come and bring to you from the table of the Chief Marketing Officer of Sentinel Holdings. This is me speaking, Mr. Ebosede Monday Oghenayor. That is the person that you are speaking with. Feel free to communicate with us. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask for directions. We are here to guide you. We are here to direct you. We are here to ensure that you can have a wise investment this year that can begin to speak for you and stand the test of time. Thank you very much for giving me your attention and for making up time to be able to listen to what I have to say. Thank you and God bless. Have a wonderful day.